Hello children, now we know about latitudes on globe. Now we will learn how latitudes helps us to find location and the relationship between the latitudes and sunlight. First we will discuss the relationship between the latitudes and sunlight. The tilt of the earth along with its revolution has various interesting effects. The most important is that all latitudes do not get the same amount of sunlight. I will explain you with an example. Our earth is very big. On the earth we have so many countries. All countries have different types of temperature. Some have hot, very hot. Some countries have very cold, freezing temperature. So all countries have different temperature. Some are neither too cold nor too hot. Which places have what type of temperature? It is very important to understand where these places located on our earth. Which countries have similar type of temperature? Here we have world map. We can see all countries on map. If you see near the equator, places are very hot, high temperature. If you will see in the South America, a country, Ecuador. Now you see here in Africa continent, Kenya, Congo Democratic, Tanzania. Now see here in Asia continent, Singapore, Malaysia. So the area very close to equator are hottest and wet. Congo very high temperature, but daily evening they get very heavy rainfall. Like that some other countries around the world are actually climatic twins. Now you can see another example, Canada and Russia. These two places are different sides of the world, but they have similar temperature, very cold. See, these two areas are lies on this line, have same temperature, Tropic of Cancer. So you can see these latitudes. Between these lines we have different countries. The areas between these lines are making different zones. So the major zones on the earth are torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. Now what these zones stand for? Why this is a hot zone, face very high temperature? Why some areas are very cold? Why does it happen? Because of the earth's spherical shape, amount of sunlight is not fall universally over earth. Sunlight do not fall at the same angle. Why? Now, why sun heat is not distributed universally over the earth's surface? Because angle of the sun rays and the shape of the earth. Now an example, torrid zone get more sunlight. So I will show you with an other example, light coming from torch falling on cardboard which is placed in front of the torch. You will notice light coming from torch falling straight and cover small area. Now you placed cardboard little slanting position. We will notice for the light falls on the slant board, it covered less bright and cover more area. Same way sunlight falls directly on the part of that are vertically below the sun rays. Heat only a small area on the earth and heat every that area will be more. On the basis of the distance from the equator, the earth is divided into the following heat temperature zones. Torrid zone. Torrid means hot. The torrid zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 north and the Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 south. Since the direct sun rays fall throughout the year in this zone, it is the hottest zone. Temperate zone. Temperate zone means moderate. The north temperate zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 north and the Arctic Circle 66 north, and the south temperate zone lies between the Tropic of Capricorn 23 south and Antarctic Circle 66.5 south. These areas experience moderate temperature as they receive slanting rays of the sun. Frigid zone. Frigid means cold. The north frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle 66.5 north and the North Pole, and the south frigid zone lies between the Antarctic Circle 66.5 south and the South Pole. Here the sun rays are very slanting and therefore there is a very little heating in this zone. Longitudes. Beside the latitudes, we see another set of lines which run from north to south on globe. These are known as meridians of longitude. The word meridian means midday, and hence a meridian of longitude joins places which have midday at the same time. The longitude that passes through the observatory at Greenwich near London is the prime or the main meridian and is marked 0 degree. All other longitudes are measured from the prime meridian and are followed by east or west. So the prime meridian and the 180 degree meridian form a circle which divides the earth into two hemispheres. The part of the earth between 0 degree and the 80 degree east is called the eastern hemisphere, while the part between the 0 degree and the 180 degree west is called the western hemisphere. So we should always remember that we should neither write E nor write west with the 180 degree meridian, because both 180 degree west and 180 degree east is the same longitude. It is called the international dateline. Important features of longitudes. The longitudes are semicircles that meet at the two poles. Longitudes are the farthest apart at the equator, and gradually the gap between them decreases as we move towards the poles where the longitudes meet. All the lines of longitudes are the same length as they extend from the North Pole to South Pole. AM and PM. So you have been seen AM or PM with the time since childhood, but never you have thought that what is its meaning. So why we write PM after 12 o'clock in a daytime, and in the night after 12 o'clock we write AM. So first, AM is the abbreviation of anti-meridian. These are the Latin words. Its meaning is anti-meridian, AM. And PM, what is the meaning of PM? Its meaning is before noon. The same way PM is the abbreviation of post-meridian. Its meaning is afternoon. Children, you will learn about how longitudes helps us to determine the time at a place. I will start this topic with an example. Ram was traveling to New York to meet his friend Shyam. His flight has left Delhi at Friday 9:30 a.m. His flight took exactly 24 hours to reach New York from Delhi. Once he reached New York, he was sure he left Delhi at 9:30 a.m. Friday. After 24 hours, so he thought it would be 9:30 a.m. Saturday in New York. But Shyam shone the clock. It was 9:30 a.m. Friday in New York. Ram was very amazed. How it can be possible? It took 24 hours to reach New York, so here two cities followed different time zone. Why they have different time zones? See children, Earth rotates continuously from west to east around the sun. So during this rotation, different places see different amount of sunlight. Suppose we have one time zone 12 p.m. in one side in the morning, and if it would be 12 p.m. on the other side night, it will give us confusion. It will be not convenient to us if we are having universal time zone. So we follow time accuracy according to the movement of the earth. So in a daytime we have 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m. it starts evening, 11 p.m. in the night, then after that again at the night after 12 it starts a.m. So this is the schedule which we followed by all over the world. That is why we all have different time zones. According to their day and night time, they have their clock running. So how we will decide which places will have what time zone, and we will decide with this with the help of longitudes. So what are the standard meridians, children? Here first we are knowing that we are having 360-degree meridians on the map or on our earth planet. So these standard meridians will decide which country will follow what time zone. Now let's understand how it works. So from all 360 meridians, 180 degree east and the other 180 degree in the west, all meridians. So 24 meridians we have marked as standard meridians. So now what are the standard meridians? Take prime meridian as 0 degree. Then the longitudes at the 15 degree of intervals are called the standard meridians. All these lines are standard meridians and the difference between them are 15 degrees. These all 24 meridians on our planet of Earth. Now they help us in deciding the time zone. If we rotate on the if we will flatten on this all one piece of paper, then it will be look like this. So this is the prime meridian which passes near the Royal Observatory, Greenwich, England. So it defined as the 0 degree. As we move eastward from prime meridian, with every meridian we have addition of 1 hour, and if it is 12 noon at the prime meridian, we go to the first meridian in the east side, hence it will be the 1 o'clock there. So 1 hour will be added in there. If we move west side that area, then 1 hour will be decreasing. So if 12 noon is here, then the area will have a 12 a.m. and similarly 1 hour will be keep on decreasing. Eastmost point is at 180 degree. Why we have keep 1 hour keep on increasing in east? Because our earth moves from west to east and east side gets first sunrises. These areas will have morning first. Slowly as you move west side, time will decrease. The earth rotates, sun position is changing according to that. As a result, their clock position is changing accordingly. So we can also calculate time with the mathematically. See children, now we know that scientists divided the earth in 24 sections in time zone. So we have 24 standard meridians. So we have 360 meridians on our globe totally. But we takes 24 hours to complete one rotation of 360 degree as per our 24 meridians. So this means that earth spins 15 degree. If you will divide the 360 meridians by 24, then we will get 15 degree in 1 hour. So earth spins 15 degree, it takes 1 hour. But if we will calculate 1 degree, how earth takes time in 1 degree to move? It takes 4 minutes. So 15 degree takes 1 hour, means 60 minutes. Earth takes 15 degree in 60 minutes to move. 1 degree it takes 4 minutes. So 1 meridian is equal to 4 minutes. So earth moves 1 degree in 4 minutes. So we have 24 standard meridians. If we take 0 degree meridian, then the longitude at 15 degree intervals are called the standard meridian in the east side, and it will decrease in the west side. So how we can calculate time according to that, children? Here, if we are having 12 o'clock, 12 noon in our prime meridian, then what would be the time in the next 15 interval in the east side? It would be the 1 o'clock noon PM. And if we will go back to the western side, then what would be the time in the 15 intervals there? After that it would decrease, it keep on decreasing 1 hour in the west side, then their time would be 11 AM. With that method we can calculate time of the each country and each city. Major lines on our map or a globe, that is a Greenwich line, our prime meridian line, and other is the international date line. If you see around the international date line, you will see many islands: Kiribati Island, Suomi Island, Tonga Island, America Tonga Island. Because of these islands, this is international date line is curved. Some groups of islands, Polynesia, Melanesia, Micronesia, fall on either of the date line. So if the date line was straight, then two regions of the same island country or the island group would fall under the different date zones. Thus, to avoid any confusion of the date, this line is drawn through where the sea lies, not land. So we will go in detail for the international date line. So international date line passes through the Pacific Ocean. See children, 180-degree longitude is also important because the international date line runs along it. Day and date changes at the international date line. Crossing the international date line from east to west, a traveler will add or gain a day, while crossing it from the west to east, he will subtract or lose a day. The ideal does not cross any major landmass. It zigzags to avoid crossing a country or a major group of islands in the Pacific Ocean in order to maintain the same date and day at one time. Imagine the confusion in a country with two different dates and days. Since the 180-degree east longitude and 180-degree west longitude is the same line, we don't write east or west with this longitude. All lines of longitudes converge or meet at the two poles. So no need to get confusion here children. You will see here, if you people will cross the east to west, you will add or gain a day, while crossing from west to east, it would be subtract a day. So now we will learn about the next topic, Indian Standard Time. So here we will discuss Indian Standard Time. India falls in the time zone lying between the 75-degree east and the 90-degree east. And therefore the standard meridian in India is 82-degree 30 minutes east, which passes through Mirzapur near Allahabad. The entire country follows the local time at this longitude. The time followed all over India is called the Indian Standard Time, which is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of the Greenwich time. So if you see the eastern value here in this map, 99.7 minutes, and the western value 66.7 degree, then eastern value 99.7 minutes comes in the Arunachal Pradesh, and the western value of the 66.7 degree comes in Gujarat. So we know that the sun rises always in east, then it sets in the west. So in India, sun rises first in Arunachal Pradesh and sets in the west. So if we don't have 82-degree 30 minutes meridian, then what happened? Suppose if sun rises by 4 o'clock in the east, so it takes 6 o'clock to sun rises in the west. So there is a 2 hours difference. So it could have created confusion in time, in office time, in school time, our watch time, school time or watch time, office time would have been created confusion. So our government adopted Indian Standard Time 82-degree 30 minutes.